Are we being live? Let's just see. Where am I? Where is SheWolf? Yeah, we are live. Let me just because then you can share it if you desire to.
Perfect.
All right.
Yay.
So we are being live. Welcome everyone. We are having a client celebration, and Lizzie's here today. So everyone say hello.
Hello.
And Lizzie, you say hello to me. Yeah, awesome. So basically what we are celebrating today is how Lizzie went from a minus on her bank account to, drum rolls, 422,000 cash in just 90 days and 546,000 crossing the $500,000 mark in sales in only 90 days. Can you believe that yourself?
No, I cannot believe it. And I can't see that you've tagged me. If you want to tag me, then people on my profile, and make sure that it's public as well, because I had an issue. I went live with one of my clients and it was so yeah, if you tag me, then my clients, because I've invited my clients to come and watch us. So
okay, let me just see, how am I gonna do the tagging?
You just go on like edit and then.
Yeah, but it's, oh, here, let me see if this is possible. All right, guys, sorry, we are, okay, why can't I edit? Let me just check on the computer. So everyone who is watching us, say hello in the meantime. So
I just oh my God, I just saw I put 90 months instead of 90 days. I meant to I put 90 months instead of 90 days. That is absolutely hilarious. I just shared it to my profile, so don't worry. People will be able, don't worry about tagging me. I fixed it. I just shared it to my profile.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So we can close this. Okay.
Yes.
So so you didn't do it in 19 months, you did it in short 90 days. So for everyone who is watching, this would be November, December, January to cross $500,000 in sales, which is insane. Because honestly, when you came to me, did you ever think that a result like this was possible? Because it's not like I'm your first coach. No, you had many other coaches before. So you already saw in the coaching world what was it that other people were doing, and also what was possible. But did you ever think something like this would be possible and would be possible for you?
No. Well, for those of you that already know me, you probably know that my bank balance went into minus when I invested in Michaela, invested the last money. I was like, last chance saloon. Let's just see what happens. Let's hope for the best. And yeah, I was freaking the hell out. I remember I went to my ballet bar class on the Thursday. I think I paid Michaela on the Wednesday, and then the next day. And then I got a notification that my bank balance had got into minus. And I just remember being in that class like, oh, what have I done to myself? Why have I done this? Like complete anxiety. And I was like, just work out your... Luckily, I was in a dance class. So I was like, just dance your way through the fear. And then, yeah, like signed up with Michaela on the Wednesday, had our call on the Monday. And then that Wednesday, I hadn't signed a client for 3 months. And that Wednesday, I signed a 15K client in full. And the next day, I signed a 9K client in full. And then Friday, I signed a group client. And I was like, what is happening? Like the week of our first call together.
I believe your first week was roundabout like almost like 40K cash, something like this. It was huge. Like,
yeah. It was about 30K, yeah.
Yeah, it was huge. So first of all, and this one goes to you, Lizzie. Cheers. Congrats on all the success. Cheers.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too. So we are celebrating here.
We are.
First of all, we also want to share your amazing results with your clients, because it's not only that you got results, but also your clients. So for everyone who is watching this, and I see already Shalini is here and Leslie is here, shoot out your client results.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, let me see actually on my profile who is, because I was updating my 90 months to 90 days. Hilarious. Because that would actually seem more normal for it to be 90 months and 90 days. Hello, Leslie and Charlene. Okay, yes. So my client results, I actually have them here because I can't remember them. So my client, Louise, literally in the past 5 days has signed 24 clients. Insane. Claire, a lot of you will know Claire, who's in my world because I talk about her a lot. She went from making 15K over 4 years, investing in a multiple 8-figure coach and investing, I don't know how much money she invested, but tens of thousands, like a lot of money in this famous coach, and 15,000 over 4 years to 11,000 in 2 hours, and then 25,000 in 6 hours. So that's 36,000 in 2 days. Rachel went from 2,000 a month to 20,000 cash in 6 weeks to pay in full 10K clients. Heled went from 2K per month to 27,000 in 1 day. Prachi went from $600 per month to 22,000 in 33 days. Jaya went from 500 per month to 8,500 cash in 19 days. Strong Deer went from charging 3K for 6 months to 15K for 3 months and signed a client in full, $15,000 in full. Demi went from 2,000 per month to 36,100 in sales in 6 weeks. Kessie went from 0 per month. Kessie, I did a live stream with her last week on my page. Kessie didn't even have a business before she started working with me. She was making 0. She's created about less than 10 pieces of content in our time together. She doesn't have she has a very small Facebook group. She doesn't have an email list. She doesn't have all the things that you think you need. She made $30,000 in 9 weeks from 0. And when I talk about 0, I mean 0 audience, 0. She didn't even post about her business on her profile because she was scared to before working with me. So no excuses. Missy went from 840 per month to 14,000 in 6 weeks. Emily went from 0 to 7,000 in 6 weeks. And Marjorie went from $200 per month to 6,500 in 6 weeks. So yeah, pretty astronomical results.
Would you say, I mean, it's going to be a question later on as well, but if you compare your freaking amazing client results right now to then, let's say, the beginning of the year or last year, did you ever have such a high success rate with your clients than you do have now?
No. And then that meant that clients weren't able to re-sign. That's the thing that you taught me is like, if your clients get results, and it's so obvious, if your clients get results, then they're able to re-sign. And now that's what's happening. And I'm wanting them to re-sign and they're wanting to re-sign because we have the most amazing experience together because we're both at the right level to work together in terms of mindset, strategy, but also like, I know we're going to talk about this, but my delivery is so much sharper. You guys know, if you follow me, you know I talk about the dollar is in the detail. I'm all about the detail, digging deep. And that is thanks to Michaela. She has helped me to basically like opened up my mind to this whole new world that I was very resistant to at first. Trust me, I was very resistant. I will admit that. I was like, no.
Yeah. This is actually a very common thing because you just, I believe you mentioned it with your client, Claire. She worked with an 8-figure coach before. You also worked with an 8-figure coach before and did not have the results. And usually the industry always only teaches like, oh, it's either the mindset or the strategy, whatever. Or maybe people with you, for instance, they might think like, oh, Lizzie, she has everything there. Because she had the Instagram followers, she had the email list, she had the Facebook group. But however, you had all of that before and you did not make the money before. So nothing truly has changed when it comes to like, okay, what was the setting when we started? Yeah. So, and even your clients back that up, it's not necessary to have any of that. Yeah. Because people usually, they follow these big coaches, they follow what everyone is doing in the industry, and then they kind of like, whoa, they have so many followers, when in fact it takes forever to build such a following, and you don't even need that. Yeah. So
no,
and this leads me.
I was going to say, so many of my clients say to me, the reason why they sign up is because I'm so relatable, because I'm just like, a normal girl, didn't come from a wealthy upbringing, like didn't get any help, like didn't, I lost it all twice in my business. My bank balance was in minus. I don't have a big following. In fact, I got shadow banned on Instagram when I had 9,000 followers. So I had to create a new one. Don't have a big Facebook group. And that's why I wanted to work with Michaela. I just felt that pull because I was like, oh my God, she makes everything seem so simple. And like, you don't need all of the extra crap. And I'm like, I never wanted the extra crap. I felt like I needed it. And I'm like, somebody's telling me I don't need it. Yay.
Yeah, in fact, this is what people believe. They believe, oh, go and build an audience, go and build your Instagram, go and build a Facebook group.
I can't be bothered. I could, and I felt bad. I felt like a bad person. Like I couldn't care less about creating a community. And I felt, obviously, within my group program, completely different. We become a community. I don't create it. We just become it. But I didn't want to deliberately create a free Facebook group, give so much time. And then when you're like, you don't have to, I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness, because I really don't want to. I can't be bothered.
The thing is, you do get to attract your soulmate clients anyway. So why would you build a community full of non-buyers, kind of like fishing? I mentioned it in my other video, where it's all about like fishing, rather than like directly work with these people who are meant to work with you. Yeah. So and if you were to explain to our listeners today, or what do you say, like what watchers,
viewers,
like, what is the
viewers,
watchers?
Some people could be listening. Viewers. People might not be watching; they might be listening, like a podcast. Who knows?
So the viewers. So where were you before you came to me? And would you say that size did matter in the online space when it comes to community?
No, like I would happily get rid of my Facebook group and get rid of my email list because I don't need it, and get rid of my Instagram. That's probably a big one for a lot of people because I haven't posted on Instagram I actually don't know how long it's been. It's been that long. I haven't posted on Instagram. I just post on my stories. It's been the 9th of September. Yeah. Almost, it's like 6 weeks because I don't need to, because I get so many clients from Facebook. I'm like, why am I going to spend my energy on a separate platform when I know where it's all about, like knowing what works for you and then staying in that lane, in that like zone of genius. I mean, I use Instagram stories, which I do get like engagement from, but yeah, the feed posts, I'm just like, I like Facebook is spontaneous. I'm spontaneous, and I get a lot of clients from Facebook groups. Like that's like my thing.
What would you do before of us working together? What would you do before kind of like attracting clients? Would you go and engage with them, like and comment? Like what would you do? What have you done before that you would totally stopped doing now?
Yeah, like I remember I would never like cold outreach to randomers. It was always like if somebody commented on my post or which is actually pretty funny. This is really awkward. Sometimes people reach out to me to work with me, and then I open the message, and then I'm like, oh my God, I like outreach them. And I'm like, this is so awkward, but it's just funny. We laugh about it. Because that's what I used to do. Like if somebody liked my post, I'd be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, what did you love about it? Like, like start a conversation with them. And
did you end up speaking about, oh, what do you like for breakfast? Oh, I like this for breakfast. Great, me too. Do you have a dog? Yes, me too.
I mean, I To be fair, I didn't really do that because, like I said, I'm very lazy and like I couldn't be bothered with a lot of the stuff. Like I would kind of like dabble in it and then I'd be like, oh no, this is too much effort. I can't be bothered with this. So yeah, lazy person made 500K. It's possible, guys. You stay in your zone, your lane of genius, I keep wanting to say. But yeah, a previous coach of mine would say like, oh, lead gen, like you can, if she's got a dog, you can comment and be like, you can message her about dogs. And I'm just like, what? Like, even before, like, I've always been instinctive and always followed my intuition. And I'm just like, A, that she's going to know that I'm being fake. And B, I can't be bothered. Like, I actually can't be bothered. And that's been a whole thing with my business is like, I've just wanted everything to be so simple and stripped back. And like, when I think because with me, maybe being a manifesting generator, I'm an all or nothing kind of girl. Like I can't half-ass things. So it's like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to fully commit to it. So I have to make sure that the things I commit to are like the right things for me to do and they feel really good. And like, there's like never a guarantee of results, but there's like a high likelihood that I'll get results. That's why with Michaela, it was like a no-brainer because I was seeing her results. I was seeing what she talked about. And I was just like, yes, this is what I want to do. I just want to strip it back and like to the bare bones and then like pick out the things that I want to do rather than like, also I have ADHD, so I get easily overwhelmed as well. So it just, yeah, too much crap just never floated my boat anyway, to be honest.
I was actually really surprised about all the things that you did because I'm pretty sure you went to my Instagram and you must have thought like, holy heck, why is she only having like 600 followers or something back then?
Yeah. No, I don't even think I found you on Instagram, but I just remember being like, oh my God, I've never seen this girl. And then I think I saw you in like Alpha Femme or something, or like Fempire, I can't remember. And I was like, oh, you just spoke to me like no other coach had. And then it's funny, my clients said to say the same to me. So I'm like, creating this generation of new unique coaches and their genius doing their own thing.
Yep. So basically, for you being able creating such outstanding results, because people want to know clearly like how you did it. And what we did with you was, first of all, what was the special thing that no one else can deliver to your clients but you? Even if people try to copy you, not possible. Even if people try to mimic you, not possible. It is the one special thing that is so unique to you. And this is the great thing because everyone has such thing, yeah?
Yeah.
So, and what people usually, and I spoke about it also in my last video, people usually are taught the mindset or the system or the marketing. It's either the external or the internal. When in fact, it really comes down to how you see yourself as a mentor. And if you compare, like at the beginning when we started working together, where were you really aware of that special thing that no one else on planet Earth could do but you?
No, and it's so funny. I was saying this to my clients today because it was our last group call of this round. My group program is that like, you're never going to find your genius because finding it doesn't exist. Like you don't find your genius, you kind of like unlock it. And I know that's like such a cliche, and what you've helped me with is developing my own language so I don't sound like everyone else, which has been really helpful. And now my clients are like picking up on it and like finding their own little lingo as well, which is really fun. So yeah, I guess I've forgotten what the question was before I went into like the language. Oh, the genius. Yeah, that was it. But wait, yeah, this is what happens. Start going down rabbit holes. Yeah, so no, absolutely not. Like I knew that I was like a marketing whiz because I used to work, I've got a marketing degree. I used to work in marketing in the corporate world. Like I've had my own marketing agency. Like I know marketing. Like it comes naturally to me. But it was kind of like that was it. And then I was like, but what specifically about marketing? And then very recently, obviously I did my live last week on my profile, which was just so epic. Like, honestly, I had so many, you've seen it. I had like so many like was just channeling so many ideas, and it was incredible. And you've helped me to really like open up into that. And I spoke about how we were reviewing one of my clients in a call, and basically what we realized, and this is honestly, Michaela is like, you have to work with Michaela, because she just, I said this to a client, like the way your brain works is just so different to anything else I've experienced before. And it fascinates me, because you always can help me to view things in like a different way. And this client study thing has just freaking blown my mind. And because it's blown my mind, I'm like, my clients have to do intense client study, because it's freaking amazing for you and for your delivery and for your clients' results. And now their clients getting amazing results as well. So yeah, so we were digging deep into that, and then to round up this point, and then we found out that I actually helped my client with her branding, which I kind of knew that anyway. That was kind of the surface level. And then we found out that I have a real gift in helping people to integrate masculine and feminine energy. But where most people talk about that in terms of like workload or mindset, for me, it's like the marketing of like, where does marketing play a part in marketing? Masculine energy play a part in marketing, which is the content, like the words, the copy. And where does feminine energy play a part? And that's like the branding, the self-expression. And it just like blew my mind. And I know that that's just one layer, and there's going to be like a bajillion layers underneath. And that's what excites me the most, is like I said to my clients today, it never ends. You will never find your genius, because I believe your genius finds you. You unlock your genius through deep client study. And then it's not a treasure chest that you find, like it just keeps evolving, and it's allowing yourself to evolve with it as well. That's another thing I've realized, is if people are wondering like why I've had such fast exponential growth, is because I allowed myself to just be carried in the momentum. I didn't think about it. I didn't worry about it. I kind of like, the best visualization is like floating on a river and just letting the water carry you. Even if you're like, should I be doing this? This feels wrong. This feels weird. This feels different, but maybe this is better. Maybe this is like, I didn't let myself get into those mind games. I was just like, no, I'm just going to trust myself, trust Michaela most of all, which at times I had some trust issues, because I was just like, this is so new and different. And like, is it going to work for me?
And the brain wants to go back and stay safe. Like, I didn't want to do sales calls. What was the other thing? I almost didn't re-sign with Michaela, because I was like, I was burnt out and I didn't want to do my business again. And it's like, yeah, we've been working together for just over 3 months now. Like, we had our first 12 weeks. Now we've got our next 12 weeks. I think we're like in week 2. And like, this second time round is so much more fun. Like, oh my God, we're just having like a blast, aren't we? Yeah, we are having a huge blast. And also, not only because the two of us together, but also just like when we look back at our today's session, like how it's all connected, how every single action or non-action reveals really what is truly going on. And this is the fascinating part to me. So if you were to go back at the beginning, would you think, because people think, oh, I just have to journal about the worth of my work, because if you compare it to, why am I hearing myself? Do you have your phone?
Because I was trying to, I was looking at the comments as you were talking. I just put it on mute. Sorry. You're like, why am I hearing myself?
So basically, when it comes to the new layer that we found with the one thing, how you deliver best, with the branding, do you think, because this is something you cannot journal it out, because people usually believe, oh, I just have to connect my worth, and how am I going to do it? Oh, I journal about it. And these are depths, and these are layers you cannot find in a journal book, and you cannot find them by yourself. Like, there is no way about it, because clearly you're a true genius when it comes to that. Look at Helen, like she had $20,000 day, yeah, just because of you implementing the thing with the branding, how you did it for her. Yeah, you did this naturally, but you didn't see how it was all working together and being connected. And then it was like woof, it hit you like a hammer.
Yes. And now I can leverage that more in my work, and I can talk about it more in my content, and it makes me even more unique. So it's like allowing things to be byproducts of things. Like, honestly, I know I keep using the word byproduct, but it's the best word to use to describe my experience. Like, one of my clients today was like, oh, you're so like confident with like sharing you're so good at sharing your money results and like your clients' results and everything, and you really like see your value, and like how, and I'm not as in she was doubting it, but she was like, how are you so like confident in yourself? And I was like, because I know I'm amazing at what I do. Like, I know that nobody, sorry, you go.
And very, very, like, there is no other Lizzie. There is no other coach who can do it like Lizzie. Not possible.
It's not, exactly. That's what I was just about to say. Nobody else can do what I do. And that makes me so excited for like where I can take this. It's almost like Beyonce discovering that she could sing. Like, oh my God, like, what's going to happen next? Like, what is my life going to look like? Where am I going to take this? Who am I going to work with? Who am I going to impact? Who am I going to influence? Like, you know, the wealth I'm going to accumulate as a byproduct. Like, it's just, honestly, it's like, and like I said, it's like an unlimited abyss. That's the way I can describe it. Like, it just never ends.
It's like the superhuman confidence, yeah. And this is something
that you speak about that, yes.
Yeah, and this is something you cannot just like affirm it or journal about it or whatever it is. It's like once you truly discover. Oh, my English sometimes is really. I hope everyone is understanding me. But once you truly discover what no other person out there can do, the thing that is born with you, this is the moment where your confidence immediately goes from 0 to 100, and then you don't even doubt that you are maybe not able to deliver to your clients, because your gift, this is being reflected in your delivery. And this is also why, if you look around in the coaching industry, so many have like really super low result rates, and we are here to change that, because people invest in you because they desire results. Of course, not every client is a match, so, but also along the journey, because you get to know the one thing, the special thing that comes with you so well, and you also identify like, okay, this is the kind of person who is a match to what it is that I'm doing, and this is the kind of person who is not a match. And this is why you basically don't take on every client anymore. So let me just see. So however, how to be the mentor that is actually delivering results to your clients is a whole different thing. So can you share with people what has changed for you when it comes to delivery before and delivery now? And even what it did to yourself?
Yeah, I think people get, okay, I'm going to be really like honest and trigger some people probably. I think people get like the whole you're not responsible for your clients' results thing like twisted, because of course you're not responsible, but at the same time it is a co-creation. And I think some coaches will just take their clients' money and then be like, okay, the deal is done. And it's like, no, the deal is just starting. And I think that's that, like, and this is where I guess I was anxious about sharing so much about money, because I didn't want people to think that I was just in it for the money, because I have worked with a coach where I got that impression from her, because I could feel the scarcity vibes of her and her hustle nature. I was like, she has to be in scarcity, and she's I believe that she was in it for the wrong reasons, even though of course she never would say that. I'm very intuitive and I could feel that. So like integrity has always been a really important value of mine. And I think that's why I do still fall into patterns. Like, I'm not perfect, of course, like still have a lot of inner work to do. And I'm new level, new devil, and new darkness and wounds and stuff rise to the surface all the time. But this is why I still fall into patterns of overgiving, because I care so much about my clients and I really want them to get results, that it's a double-edged sword. It's like, okay, they get an amazing experience because I care so much about them. But on the flip side, it's like I end up burning myself out in the process, which has happened several times now. So it's finding that balance. But for me, it's like, when the fact that I'm refining my delivery so much, thanks to Michaela's support and her amazing gift in, like, I guess it would be, I mean, it's so hard to summarize because it's so like big and so many things. But the one thing I would say is you help me to, like I said, see things from a different perspective. Like you kind of like flip the coin and I'm like, oh, there's another side. Like, oh, yeah, we can look at that side. Okay, I'm expanding my horizons to, like, you help me see like the other options available. And so with my clients, like, yeah, I've really like amped up my delivery. And when I say delivery, it doesn't look like, you know, length of calls or like overgiving in Voxer. It's more like the quality of the calls. Like, we go into so much detail, and even if that means we spend an entire 90 minutes or more writing like a bomb ass piece of content, then like that's what we did and that's what we were meant to do, rather than like everything. I said this in my live stream and to a few clients last week, actually. What the gift, like, what do they call it? Slow wins the race. I can't remember what the expression is, but you know, the tortoise and the hare, it's like slower is better. Like, so I just feel like so many people in the coaching industry, they need to slow down. They need to look at what they're doing. They need to look at what they're creating. They need to look at who they're working with and really go through everything with a fine tooth comb. Everyone's like, add gasoline to the fire. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, you know, you have all of this crap that's creating the fire. Like, remove the crap and really like knuckle down into what you're doing. Like, what is your genius? What work do you do? Like, seriously, I go so deep with my clients because Michaela's gone so deep with me and it's helped me so much. Is like looking at clients' results. Like, okay, how did that happen? Why did that happen? Not just she made X money or she went from X to Y or whatever. Like, really getting nitty gritty with it. And honestly, if you can slow down, I said in my live stream the other day, I would much rather my clients spend 4 hours creating a live stream like I did, and it being a freaking sick live stream, than spend 4 hours creating a few pieces of mediocre content that aren't going to convert, post in Facebook groups, like, comment on people's stuff. Like, use your time wisely. Quality over quantity has been my biggest lesson in everything. Slow down and look at everything that you're doing. Analyze everything.
And you're the perfect example, because even we too created one video, and this was a couple of weeks back, and this one video gave you 60,000 in cash. One piece of content, 60,000 in cash. So this is why I couldn't agree more. Yeah. So
and I just signed my first ever 7-figure client from that live stream. So
yep.
I'm just saying, it's worth spending 4 hours on a piece of content than spending 4 hours on like 10 mediocre pieces. Like, get your priorities straight.
Yeah, and this is also, you see people doing it constantly in Facebook groups, like especially when they try to build a Facebook group, they post like 4 or 5 times a day, and they don't truly think about it. They believe, oh, this is magnetic marketing, or however they call it, when in fact all they are doing is like, okay, let's just throw it out there. Someone in the group will read it. And to be honest, like, the question here for you, were you ever taught to like create a Facebook group and then post in there constantly, at best time 7 days a week, 4 times a day?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I went through all the things. Like, you need funnels, you need a Facebook group, you need an email list, you need a podcast. And my business has essentially made 500,000 in 3 months from my Facebook profile and a few Facebook groups. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. No podcast.
One platform.
Nothing. Yeah.
One platform. And I've actually never said that before. So I'm like, that should be good news to people. They're like, oh, hallelujah. I don't have to be on everything. It's like, no, yes, this is a thing. Actually, I just want to add to this. Especially, I remember once a business coach taught me about like split, how like obviously when you, this is so like logical, but when you split your focus, you split your energy. And it's so true. Like laser focus, knuckle down, have like less clients, but study them so freaking hard, like put so much into them, not from a place of overgiving, not from a place of scarcity. This is where people get confused. They think that things are positive or negative. It's like nothing has a meaning. We give it a meaning. So putting so much into your client does not mean naturally that like you're overgiving. It can mean that, but it can also mean that you want your clients to get results. Again, not from a place of scarcity, but you have integrity and it's aligned with who you are. And then they end up getting results and then they re-sign or they refer people to you. So like, I'm not going to go down this path, but people get too many things twisted. And it's just like, it's not just like the coaching industry teaches like there's one meaning of things. Like this is good, this is bad. It's like, no, we make it either good or bad. Like it could be, if it's bad, it could be good. If it's good, it could be bad. So just like, again, discernment as well is another.
Or the way how I see it, if it's good, we make it better. If it's bad, we make it good and then make it better.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, all that too.
So, Lizzie, if you were to compare like with your client results, how do you see or what for you is the difference in between someone who leaps like not at all or maybe a little bit, or someone who leaps from like 0 to a 27,000 day, or you even had like you had some amazing results. So what do you see is the difference in the clients if you were to share with your audience right now? Why do some leap? Why don't some? Or is that even English?
Yes. The first thing that's coming to mind is people overcomplicate to overcompensate. If you're overcomplicating, you're overcompensating for something. So that's why you need to dig deeper and be like, okay, why am I overcompensating? So that can look like needing to be on every platform or needing to have 1 billion clients, all of these things, needing all of these things to feel worthy. And like we've just said, you know, the inner work has been a byproduct of unlocking the layers of my genius. Like I didn't have to journal or do tapping to be more confident or do any of that. Like, not that I'm like against healing or anything. And I do like healing and stuff for other things, but to build my confidence, basically, this is something I say to a lot of my clients. To make a lot of money, you could literally be like the most wounded person in the world. Like you have all the limiting beliefs, like it doesn't matter, you get to receive anyway. But then what you should really do, the better way around, because to be honest, like now I'm like adapting things, so I'm kind of doing it the other way around. But a lot of my clients,
Lizzie, you're right now answering my next question.
Oh, so sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I read your mind. Yeah. So like some of my clients are, you know, a lot of my clients are doing it the right way around. So they have done the inner work, and then I'm helping them to unlock the layers of who they are and their natural talents and what I call their exclusive intimate influence. And so they are able to maintain these high figure months. Now for me, the reason why I lost everything in my business twice is because I would fall back into those self-sabotaging patterns. So kind of going off topic here in terms of like how you maintain the money. But in order to, I've forgotten what the initial question was.
It was basically about adapting behavior to like really create big results.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, like my clients before and my clients now, I mean, a lot of my clients now, like they sign up with me because they just want to keep it simple. They're the exact same as me. Like Alexandra, one of my clients watching, she calls herself the Lazy Girl's Guide to Success. Like I said.
She even commented here.
She even commented that. Yeah, exactly. I saw that. And I'm just like, I'm all for that because like I said, I made 500K in sales in 3 months just on one platform. So that to me, that is the biggest form of self-sabotage in the coaching industry, is the over complication. And that comes from lack of discernment, and lack of discernment comes from lack of self-trust. So many people come into the coaching industry, they haven't done the inner work to trust themselves. So they end up like looking outside of themselves for the answers, trying this and that, throwing spaghetti at the walls, hoping something sticks. And it's just like, nobody's asking themselves, like, what do I want? What do I want to do? What kind of business do I want to run? It's like we do it in society. It's a human instinct to put people of authority on a pedestal and assume that what they have must be the godly thing, and it must be the thing that you need. And so I would say to anyone watching, just even with my clients, I invite them to challenge me too. Like, use your discernment and always ask yourself, like, is this what I want? Or am I just doing this because this coach told me that it's a good idea? That is why most people, I think there's only like 1% of the coaching industry are like multi-millionaires or whatever, and the rest are just like, there's a lot, of course, like as the pyramid goes, there's like more people at the bottom who are struggling because they're like, they're trying to like climb their way to the top, copying. I see a lot of this, copying and mimicking these coaches at the top. And it's like, it worked. Even like Melanie Ann Layer's example, she did 365 Facebook Live, not to get clients, but she did it for herself. She did it for her inner work evolution. She did it because she wanted to commit to something and show herself that her word is law and that she can trust herself. Now, everyone else is seeing that she's got clients from it, and everyone else is thinking, oh, marketing tool. Melanie didn't do it as a marketing tool. She did it for herself. So find things for you that you do for yourself too. Like, you have the power. Stop giving it away to these big coaches. Because if you work with me, I will not let you give your power to me. Like, I want you to keep it for yourself.
You're not like only keeping for yourself, but also making it a superpower.
Yes. Leveraging it, taking it to the next level. Exactly. Yeah.
So, and because you just brought in a great example of like big coaches, and what they usually all or many of them have in common is like they built a brand. Yeah. So, and the branding is usually all about the value, the emotion, and also it is meant to speak to people. And this is why you have like picture language or music or some form of typo, whatever. So basically, if we go back to your gift, yeah, and the thing that you can, like, no one else can do but you, you can explain a little bit more into detail how you helped your client kind of like bypassing the trust issue and the confidence issue through branding.
Yes. Yeah. So, well, actually, so I'll say branding is kind of part of it. So Michaela helped me to develop my signature method. And like I said, my signature language. So at first it was called Monetize Your Genius. And then we both realized everyone's talking about genius. So I was thinking, okay, scrap that. Let's come up with my own thing. So then we came up with exclusive, intimate influence. And the reason why it's so like special to me is because I want to be exclusive. Like, I don't want to just be like any coach that you can work with. Like, you know, you're not on the guest list kind of thing. Like, I want people to, you know, have to go through like a process to work with me, because of discovering my value in my expertise and my natural talents. I'm now like, boundaries is like, it doesn't, again, boundaries becomes a byproduct. Emotional intelligence becomes a byproduct. Self-trust becomes a byproduct because you see the value of your work and you're like, I won't stand for any less than this. Like, I want the clients that I work with to really want to work with me, to be like, you are the only one. If somebody comes to me and it's like, oh, I'm deciding between you and a few coaches, I'm just like, no. Like, that doesn't fly in my world. Like, you either want to work with me or you don't. Like, I'm not, because I'm so, now I know that it's not an ego thing. It's that I know that I'm so different that I'm like, if you don't know for sure that you want to work with me, well, maybe my messaging needs to be a bit clearer so that it's clearer that I do something completely unique. So I'll take the feedback on board, but also, like, you're not seeing me as unique. You're seeing like us on the same level, and nobody's like, we're on the same level of power, but we're not on the same level of expertise because we all do different things. So yeah, really, again, I've forgotten the question. What was the question?
So basically it was about like the branding and the trust, and
Yes.
like how your client got to bypass all the let's journal it out, let's tap it out, like
my method, that's what I was talking about. Yes. So exclusive and then intimate, working close proximity, because I'm a 5'1" human design, so I'm an investigator. And I've always been like that. I've always like called I always thought I should be like a detective in the police or something, because I love investigating and asking questions. My client Kessie called me the question queen. Drive my clients a little bit insane with my like follow-up question to a follow-up question to a follow-up question to a follow-up question. They're like, when do the follow-up questions ever end? I'm like, they never do. We just keep going. We just keep digging deep. Once you've thought you've dug deep enough, you can keep digging. So that's the intimacy part. And then the influence is like, I used to be a social media manager. I used to be a blogger. I used to love that like whole fashion world, and like I just love the idea of having an influence. And I'm really like shifting the paradigm of being an influencer, because being an influencer in my world isn't about having, size doesn't matter. It's not about having a big group or a big following or big email list. Like, if you influence, if you influence one person, you influence if you influence yourself. Like, it's still an influence. And so it's about, like I said, really, I see it's like really honing in, like narrowing down, laser focus. So with my client Heled, and with a lot of my other clients too, she came to me and she didn't feel worthy of working with coaches making more than her. I know a lot of fear came up for me when I hired a client that was making more than me. So I totally understand. But instead of doing like the inner work, the tapping, the journaling, the like, why are you like afraid to work with, we did it kind of as we went, but it wasn't an intentional thing. The inner work was a byproduct. We figured out through digging deep into her natural talents that Heled is a freaking expert in like the financial world, in the world of wealth. She used to be a maths teacher, so she's naturally good with numbers. She studied finance at uni, so she knows how like the financial sector works. Plus, she has a 6-figure net worth. She didn't realize she wasn't putting her focus on that. She was putting her focus on what she didn't have. A bit like Michaela and I said in our call earlier, when you think you've lost your sunglasses and they're actually on your head, the reason why you don't realize that they're on your head is because you think you're focusing on the loss. And that's what she was doing. She was focusing on scarcity.
And then your brain cannot gather the correct information. And this is why you cannot do the right things. It's also like when it comes, have you ever seen these people when they go trading on the stock market, and one person is just like, okay, he's always getting the right stocks, and one person is always losing everything. Yeah. So this is all it has to do with the brain, because you get to do the right things that create the right results when your brain is focused in the right direction, because it's everything happens subconsciously. Yeah. And if you have like your glasses on your head and they are sitting there, they didn't magically disappear. And you also didn't develop like eyes on your head just to see them. No, but your brain then was like, oh, they are here, because you didn't focus on the loss, but you focused on the result. And this is actually the huge difference in the mindset when it comes to like, I call it like the millionaire mindset, or the poor mindset, because there are several stages to it, and you cannot develop your brain from 0 to 100 and never going back, because it's like a thermostat in the room. When you have one leap and you don't know or understand what was happening, what naturally happens then is your brain goes back to what it knows. It goes back to what it knows. And this means it will make you do things or see things or experience things that kind of influence your actions. And then suddenly you find yourself in a mode of like, ooh, where did my leap go? Or, oh, why am I not attracting clients? Yeah, because your brain has to make sure for every possible reason, it has to make sure you are going back to what is familiar. Yeah. So if we are talking about this, would you consider our work as uncomfortable sometimes?
Yes, definitely. And I just wanted to say, to round up the last point, is that so basically we shone a light on the evidence, because our conscious mind, our logical brain, needs the evidence. So where she was thinking that, you know, she wasn't worthy, like that was all, of course, like dated to the past, her childhood, stuff linked with that. We didn't even really have to go into that. We kind of like, it's not that we bypassed it, but it's just like, because she connected to her exclusive intimate influence, she was like, right, okay, well, I already have a 6-figure net worth. I know how to invest. I have a background in numbers. I know how finances work. She just thought it became, I spoke about this in my live on Wednesday, if you want to watch it on my profile, it became a no-brainer for her to work with these high-level women who are making way more money than her. For that reason, because she realized that it was her natural talent to help them, and it was her natural talent to help people to leverage their wealth, which she wasn't doing. So her natural talents were being undermined and undervalued with these lower level clients that she was working on like abundance with them with. Again, another example of doing something that everyone else is doing. And she was copying her coach and her 7-figure coach that's like the abundance queen or whatever. And then also on the flip side, so that was like the emotional, and then, or maybe the other way around, I can't figure out. But the other thing was that she realized that these high level women needed her. Like they had the wealth to invest. So it was the perfect match for her to work with these high level women. So that, on top of her leveraging her natural talents so that they would get amazing results, that became a no-brainer. Like in her mind, she's now thinking like, what, like, why would I not? Like, it just became the most logical way to go. But also, like, emotionally, she felt so much more confident, like you said, supernatural confidence, because she's like, oh my God, it gets to be so easy. Before, she was taking the path to most resistance, and now she's taking the path to least resistance, which is just, yeah, amazing. It came as a byproduct of connecting to exclusive intimate influence, in summary.
And it comes from really like the brain shifts like this quickly. It's really, I love this work so much. So Lizzie,
yes,
when it comes to influence, like the influence that you have on people, and you're very right when you say you don't need the masses, or you don't need the quantity. Sorry, this is my dogs in the background.
Making an appearance.
Yeah, as usual. So Tulsi, sorry. So basically, you don't need thousands and thousands of people to have to be an influencer or to influence people. Because if we look, for instance, you and I, your life has forever been changed. Your business has forever been changed, and it's one person. But every generation after you is like they are like you broke the generational belief system within your family. So, and when it comes to the influence with what you do, tell us about your top 3 clients and what their biggest shift was because of you.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so I would say Louise just signed 24 clients in 5 days, so I'll speak about her. So Louise came to me with a fear of being seen, which was kind of like related to her twin sister. And like you can imagine like comparison. I had it with my sisters. With a twin, it's obviously exacerbated.
I have a twin, so I know.
Yes, you understand exactly. So it makes complete sense. And she had a fear of being seen. And then basically what I just did, this is the thing. This is the other reason, guys. You have to ask your clients as many questions as possible about what you did for them. Because what you thought you did is just the tip of the iceberg. They will tell you all the other things you did that you will not have the foggiest clue that you did. Like, you'll be like, what? I did that? Because it comes so naturally to you. So like Claire said to me, the way I hold boundaries in the group program, like inspired her. I was like, I just did that naturally. And then Louise is like, how you invited me to speak in the group program, like on, you know, to help coach somebody else. Because in my group program, if I know I have like some like women in there who've done a lot of inner work. So I'm like, I invite them to speak and help some of the other women that are slightly, you know, at the beginning of their journey. And she said I helped her to be seen and feel confident and comfortable in being seen. And so combined with that, we then dug deep into what she wanted to be. And she's a psychic channel, so she sees things really vividly. And she saw herself as an Abraham Hicks. And I said to her, funnily enough, I see you on stage too. Like, I see you as speaking to the masses, healing the masses in like a big concert hall. Like, we both had the exact same vision. And this is why it's so important to work with people you connect to. That's why I have sales calls, because it's so important that we connect on such a deep, quite often spiritual level. So that we also kind of communicate like telepathically as well, which is really cool. Never said that before. So yeah, Louise, basically, I empowered her to be seen. She empowered herself to be seen through seeing that it was her vision, and that like it's like a bit like Heled, it's what she's meant to be doing on this earth. So why the hell would she not? Like, and that's why she was being. It's so interesting. That's, oh my God, same for Heled, same for all my clients. My clients are, and same for you watching at home, whatever your challenge is right now is your gift. So Heled's challenge was feeling unworthy. She helps women with wealth. I've forgotten her name. Louise's challenge was with being seen. Her gift is speaking to people, speaking to the masses, and them feeling like she's only speaking to them, like being able to heal thousands of people at once. Like, you need to be seen in order for that to happen. So that's something for you guys to think about. And then who else do we have here? Oh, Prachi said that I helped. So she went from $600 to $22,000 in 33 days. And she said to me that I helped her with her content. And nobody said this to me before, but it makes complete sense, to make it hers, but also make it activating. Because I don't want my clients to be an emulation or a carbon copy of me. Like, I don't want to read their content and be like, oh, I could have written that, unless we wrote it together. That's a different story. But with Prachi, she's really found her own voice. So all she needed was the guidance with her content of what to include. And now I think she's probably made more money than that now. But, you know, she's been attracting dream clients. Her clients are getting amazing results. And yeah, so that's Prachi. And then the third person, who should we talk about? Who shall we talk about? Who should we talk about?
I believe we had already 3, no?
Well, I spoke about Claire a bit earlier. So Claire found a different frequency for money clients and sales. She used to view it as like quite dense and draining, which I can totally relate to. And then she started to view it as fireworks and exciting and a champagne party. And then when we worked together, she was able to really like hone in on that, and how like really empower herself to sell like a money program and feel really confident and powerful in selling a money program. Like, I can help my clients to make money. And now her clients are making money. And yeah, she made went from 15,000 over 4 years to 11,000 in 2 hours, and then 25,000 in 6 hours. So yeah, I think, yeah, I helped her to receive comfortably, openly. I don't know what the word is, but again, it's the same for all my clients. It was the same for me. I helped them to see their value. The self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, they fall away as a byproduct. It's almost like the inner work isn't intentional or deliberate in my world. It just happens as a byproduct, which makes it so much lighter, so much more fun. And that's great for me, because I always thought the inner work was so heavy and dense and like healing. I'd be like, oh, it makes me uncomfortable. But it gets to be.
I do have a great example when it comes to sales intelligence. Everyone is speaking about emotional intelligence, but there is a sales intelligence as well. And if we look back to when we started, you were kind of like, no sales, like sales, go away. No. And then it became so empowering to you. And now it's your most natural thing. It's the most natural thing for you to do. Yeah. So it's just like you were denying it for a reason. Yeah. So because there is always, as we said earlier, there is a medal and there is always like a good side and the flip side. And as I said, there is for both sides is a reason there. And with your sales intelligence, it just took off. And now it's like your second name. It's like your second nature.
Yeah.
And this 100%. Is so amazing because first it was really empowering. And then it became your new normal, just like 50,000 cash weeks are now your normal. Yeah, because you came to me wanting to have a 50,000 cash month. I remember when you said like, yeah, let's make it happen, the 50,000 cash months. And then you almost did it in your first week. And ever since, like 50K cash weeks are normal to you now. So I have one last question for everyone who is watching us here. So because you mentioned it before, and I really want to take a little bit of time out to celebrate that, you just recently signed your first 7-figure client. Yeah. Yes. So this comes along with like entering a new level. So why will 6 and 7 figure coaches get with you what they don't get anywhere else?
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason she said she wanted to work with me is because she felt like she was not like fully leveraging her, what I call like natural talents, her exclusive intimate influence. And so she basically was like, I want to dig deeper. Like, I want to uncover new layers. Obviously, she's already super successful. And she wants to have a greater impact. And of course, she wants to increase her revenue as her income as a byproduct of that. So I think what it's 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure, no matter what client it is, they all come to, it's interesting. They all come to me for the same reasons, because I make it very simple. They know that they're going to get a like bespoke, personalized experience, because you can't do genius work cookie cutter. Like, how would that even work? So they know that, like, and they know that, you know, they've seen my lives and they've seen my content. They know that my genius is, my natural talent is asking really deep, activating, challenging questions, and really specific questions to really get into, like I say, the detail of what they're doing and why they're doing it and how they're doing it. Yeah, now with Michaela, I'm like developing my process even more and bringing in the branding. And I know that my next step is, for me, like Michaela said, I find selling like the easiest thing since sliced bread. Like, it's the least of my worries. Like, literally of all my worries, it's like right at the bottom. I'm like, it just happens. Like, I literally don't, it's so weird. It's so mind blowing. But now, of course, that's been replaced by other things like leadership and boundaries and emotional intelligence and stuff like that, which I'm now working through. And I'm sure that will become second nature, and then there'll be something else. Yeah, I've forgotten where I was heading with that, but I think that rounds up my point.
the journey never ends. So if people believe, oh, if I only hit the top of the mountain, as you said, like next level, let's just call it this way. So, but this work really gets to be fun because you get to see like, okay, what is this action reflecting? What is this non-action reflecting maybe? And this is how you actually get to grow and improve and create results, because results, they do not just happen accidentally by only energetic work. No, you create them. And you are the creator. And how you think is how you feel, is how you act or how you react. Yeah. And this creates the results. So I would say, is there anything you want to add to tonight's celebration for you? Or is there anything you want to share with people more? Otherwise, there is a chance now for people to ask questions if they want to. But first, you go ahead if you want to say something.
Ask away your questions, guys. I can see a few of my clients are on here. What would I like to share? Just thank you so much, Michaela, for like, oh my God, you've just blown my mind out of the water. Like, even again, it never ends. Like, we're still like, I honestly think I'll be working with you for life, because there's always just new things that we're uncovering. And like I said, with your genius, your like natural talents, it's infinite. And we're always like, there's always new layers to unlock. So thank you for like you said, it has been uncomfortable at times. I have been triggered. I have really had to lean into unconditional trust. But you know what? Like, this is such a cliche, but it's like, if you want different results, you have to do things differently. You have to take different actions. And to be honest, it's probably going to be the scariest action you could take. Me investing in Michaela, me then paying Michaela in full. Michaela then increased her prices. I paid her in full again. Like, you know, it's all about, to me, I'm always about challenging myself now. And I think that's why I love working with you, because you challenge me so much, even when you don't intend to, just the way you think and like the new insights you give me. But yeah, I would say the biggest takeaway of our time together has been, like I said, the client study. Like, it's literally still like just continues to blow my mind, and like how deeply, and it makes complete sense. I'm an investigator in my human design. Like, I'm a detective. I love like the brain and like how people behave. And I know you're really into that too. And yeah, I really feel like that's like the biggest thing. And simplifying everything. Like, really, you've just made me so refined and laser focused. Like, refined is the best word to describe it. Like, everything is just, still things have to be refined, but that's okay. Everything is just becoming so much more refined and slimlined and streamlined and laser focused. And I'm just like so much more careful with my time and with the clients I work with and with my energy. And yeah, it's just, I mean, it's hard to like sum up or to really say, because there's so much.
You see it even like with how you work with clients, also the kind of clients you're attracting now. Because if you are not able to see further for your client, you're not going to be able to deliver on a high success rate. Yeah. And if you compare like to your own journey, you could have been that 500 or 500,000 testimonial of an 8-figure coach. But because the coach kind of like not seeing the client, not seeing beyond for the client, this is why you're actually now my testimonial, and I'm so super happy.
Own it. That's another thing you taught me, to own your clients' results, because yeah, we, especially coaches like us who are so detailed and laser focused and do so much client study like outside of the sessions and really like observe our clients in such depth, like we have every right to like own our clients' results, because we put so much effort and energy and attention into our clients. And that's why I'm like, yeah, if my clients get results, I'm going to own them in the same way they should with their results and with their clients' results. And that's the thing, the knock-on effect, like you said, changing generations of wealth in my family, but also the influence of my clients are having insane breakthroughs. Like Stacey, one of my new clients, is like, you know, before she was talking about finding Mr. Right and she was just limiting it to dating. And then she's like, no, I help people with way more than finding the man of their dreams. Like it goes way beyond that. And it's like you say, I see my clients beyond their fears and beyond their limits and beyond the box they've put themselves in, because you need a niche, you don't. And yeah, she's now like talking about like pussy power and like, you know, really like being intimate with yourself and like what that looks like and all the tangibles. I think I drive my clients insane because I'm always like, what's the tangible result? What's the urgent desire? I'm like, this is like, you need to talk about the how, because high level people care about the how. They care about the details of the process.
I just had one question going on in my head. If you're like your client, Stacey, how does a tangible result look like then when you're talking about that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, so this
could be very interesting.
This came to me at like the start of like I said, I keep everything so simple, like so freaking simple. This came to me at the start of Client Attraction Academy this round, that somebody asked me this, and what came through was like the Wheel of Life. And I remember the Wheel of Life, like learning about it in coaching and stuff. And basically what I do with my clients, so when we do like if I do a case study of them or we do a case study of their client, we'll look at each area of the Wheel of Life. So it's like health, relationships, money, business, etc., personal growth, physical environment, and we'll write down the before and after. So what was their health like before working with you? What was their health like afterwards? And that really helps you to, I've just realized something. Yeah. Every process I take my clients through helps them to identify the things that they've been disregarding, like their blind spots, things that they didn't notice. They're like, like they'll be like, oh, this just came to me. I helped them with like their health and that they now exercise every day and they didn't before, or whatever it might be. And they're like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that before, because they're thinking about, so I help them to get out of their box and to really expand their horizons to other viewpoints, which I didn't actually realize until this moment. So that's cool. What's discovering new layers? It never ends.
Awesome. So I would say we are live over an hour. We did it.
Yes.
Over an hour. I didn't think it would be this long, but it was really, really amazing. I really enjoyed it.
I knew it would be.
Tonight. Yeah, I thought so too, because your lives usually always go with like an hour or something. So, yeah, but this is your celebration, your time. Lizzie, congrats on 422,000 in cash in 90 days. You deserve every bit of it. And now let's work on the next 422,000 in the next 90 days.
Yes. 1 million in 6 months. Well, I do believe that you compound on things and things grow and evolve and develop. So I feel like I can do it even faster, but not from a place of pushing or hustle, but like, you know, like you helped me to realize you can sign a 25K client in full. And then I did. So it's like,
this is why I always operate on, like, first is the logarithmic wealth. This is like, okay, we create results now, make it sustainable. And this is then when the exponential wealth comes in, because then the curve looks like, oops, where is the screen? Then the curve looks like this, this, and not like slow, and then maybe going
then
up.
Boom.
We're
exactly. I talk about that a lot. Yeah, with my clients, I talk about building a sustainable business. Like, we're not building businesses on houses on matchsticks. Like, we're building it on a solid foundation, and the solid foundation comes from the deep client study, the deep study of your exclusive intimate influence, of your natural talents, and then we just compound on that. Like you said to me, Michaela, we don't remove, we add. We And for me, I realized it's not, in my world, it's not adding, it's unlocking. Like it's like unlocking a new layer and then a new layer, and then you just keep going like deeper and deeper, deeper. It's really fun.
Yes,
it's fun, festival.
It's challenging, but it's fun, and we never stop, never ever.
Never.
However,
Except
this
now.
live stream, except now, this live stream now, we are coming to an end. Thanks everyone who is watching. If you watch the replay, let Lizzie and me know.
Yes.
Write in the comments.
Please do.
#replay, and also where you're watching from. And as of now, we both wish you all a happy Monday evening, and I hope you enjoyed it. And Lizzie, again, congrats to your success.
Thank you. It doesn't feel real, so I'm just basking in the weirdness.
All right.
Love you all.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye everyone. Happy Monday.